with his last.
Most of the Dodge stuff and stuff we do is customer deal or dealers. And with the Ford situation, it's still that way, but we do a lot of Mustangs here, and we're numbered Mustangs. I mean, you know, every year, the last 4 years, I guess, we've had a petty model, and we sell those all around. You know, you do probably, you know, 60, 80 a year, different ones. But we don't only work on that, we work on trucks, we work on Jeeps. I mean, you know, anything you want to that's new, we come in and modify that. But if you got a 32 Ford that's in a basket, we'll put it together for you or whatever. So we're doing the whole scope of a hot rod shop or whatever, you know, and like I say, it goes from as old as you want to work on to as new as you want to work on. Well, we're really doing a special edition. It's my 80th birthday, so we're calling this the 80th whatever, okay? And, you know, again, this is the kind of car with a big engine, big brakes, big tires, mufflers, paint jobs. I mean, you know, it's just a very special deal, and they're all numbered. So you get number 1 or you get number 15 or 28 or 100 or whatever. And so it's a real special deal, and it's special to me because 80, everybody don't live to be 80 years old. And to have a car, basically your car, it's an 80th birthday celebration for us.
So this building has a rich history in NASCAR racing and an amazing, vibrant future in street cars, as what they're building here at Petty's Garage are some absolutely unique and beautiful automobiles.
TheHouse.com has everything your family needs to go back to school in style. Huge selection of kids apparel, clothing and outerwear for young women and men from $8.95. Save on backpacks, hoodies, and footwear. Up to 70% off outerwear for the entire family. Cruise to class on a new skateboard or bike. Most orders ship free with free gear. TheHouse.com, helping parents and preparing students from dusk to dorm since 1982.
College is great, but before you enroll, which do you think is a better way to earn your degree? Live on campus in a dorm where you can't sleep, with a roommate you can't stand, attend lectures that you can't hear, with cafeteria food that you can't eat, or learn online at Independence University. On the porch with your puppy, in the kitchen with your kitten, on your bed with your bunny, your campus is wherever you want it to be. Heck, you could earn your degree while wearing your PJs or while eating BLT with your baby, because you don't go to college. College goes to you. Complete your courses around your schedule. That's independence. That's Independence University. No alarm clocks, no snoring roommate, no loud parties keeping you up all night, no note on your door telling you to sleep somewhere else. Instead, learn online at Independence University. Get your degree, but keep your life. And you'll also get a laptop and tablet to use in school, and you can keep them when you graduate. Learn online from professional instructors with real work experience. You get professional support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Independence U, for an independent you.
1-800-739-7460. Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you.
Call 800-715-0406 right now to see if you qualify.
These professional-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, stenosis, and other painful back problems. Our medical-grade durable knee braces are designed for those with osteoarthritis and general knee pain and weakness. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork, and best of all, your braces shipped directly to your home for free. Will you qualify for a Medicare-covered back brace or knee brace? There's only one way to find out.
Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 800-715-0406. That's 800-715-0406.
Darlington and Richmond, that's all we have left before the time the playoffs start at Chicagoland Speedway on September 17th. These drivers are locked in. They know they'll be running for the championship in those last 10 races.
These drivers, not so sure. They're hoping there are no new winners this year, and they're hoping to increase their point position as much as possible. Darlington, not a good track to go into hoping for a miracle. That just doesn't happen there. Clint Boyer, of all the challenges that there are at Darlington, and my goodness, there's a long list of them, I guess the biggest challenge is the track itself.
The track itself is the biggest challenge, man. I'm telling you, so unique racing around the wall like that. It's a big challenge. It's one that I haven't been able to overcome. It's one of my toughest racetracks as a driver. I struggle here more than any.
The name of the track is the track Too Tough to Tame, but how really does it rank among other tracks in terms of toughness?
Yeah, I mean, I just alluded to that. It's one of the toughest tracks I've ever seen, I've ever been on. It has a perfect name, Too Tough to Tame. It is Darlington, and it is a tough one.
As a driver, how closely are you following stage points and regular points and all of the stats you have to follow now as we near the end of the regular season?
You know, to be honest with you, you're no longer in a position where you need to worry about points. You need to worry about going out and getting the most out of your weekend, putting it all out there and getting in victory lane. That's what's going to put us in a shot to win a championship.
Clint, you've had some great runs this year, but still are missing that first win in the 14 car. How big is that desire for you to finally win for Stewart-Haas Racing and for Tony Stewart?
Yeah, just really hungry to get a win. I've said from the beginning, the goal is to win a race. It's you know, obviously making the chase, compete for a championship, all that. But the number one goal starting the season was to win a race. We've gotten close a few times. We got to get a little bit closer and get ourselves in victory lane.
Clint Boyer, again, driving the Mark Martin lookalike car for the throwback weekend at Darlington. And we caught up with Mark as well to get his thoughts on this paint scheme. He was at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Mark, what do you think about this paint scheme that Clint's going to be running this weekend?
I'm really excited about seeing that paint scheme out there. Brings back great memories, and Clint Boyer's the perfect driver for, he's a throwback driver for sure for a throwback scheme. This is a 1989 paint scheme, something that we had a lot of fun with, working with the Carolina Ford dealers, and I look forward to seeing it on the track.
This throwback weekend deal, as we talked earlier, has really grown in its first 2 years. What do you think about it, Mark?
Yeah, I think the throwback weekend at Darlington is brilliant. It's so much fun to be a part of. Everybody from yesteryear, all the drivers and crew guys and everybody come for that. It's like a reunion, and you know, to see the current day heroes of the sport pay respect to the forefathers of the sport is really, really special. It means a lot to you know, to those guys, and it's really fun to be a part of.
Mark Martin, a member of the NASCAR Hall of Fame, evidently really pleased at his honoring by Clint Boyer and that team for the throwback weekend at Darlington this week.
On average, an American household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt. But right now, if you qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program, your debt balances and monthly payments will be reduced while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Enroll now and there won't be any upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. To qualify for the Debt Reset program, you must have at least $10,000 or more in credit card debt, unsecured loan debt, collection debt, and/or medical bills. You must also be past due or struggling to make minimum monthly payments or considering filing for bankruptcy. If this sounds like you, avoid the serious consequences of bankruptcy and take advantage of National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program today and become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. A debt relief counselor is available to assist you 24 hours a day.
Call 800-349-3089. That's 800-349-3089.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-681-2167. That's 800-681-2167. Call now.
Welcome back to Raceline this week. Clint Bowyer joins us for a few more minutes on the show today. Now, Clint, we've been talking about stage racing all of the time recently and how things are so much more of a puzzle now this year. How does that affect your approach to each race weekend?
The stage racing has definitely changed the importance of the stages and things like that. I think it's protected some teams, that haven't won a race. There's been some teams that can qualify well and don't necessarily race the best, but they get those stage points, and maybe I'll finish in front of them at the end when the pay window's open, but you get to looking at the points tally, and they may have trumped you in the points. So a little bit on the fence about the stage points and things like that. I love it for the post-race and things, but for just regular season points, I don't think it's shaking things up as much as one would hope.
Now, you have several champions at Stewart-Haas Racing, several-time winners. That would kind of lead one to believe that there might be some egos there. How do you and your teammates get along?
Well, right now it's just all hands on deck trying to get our cars as fast as possible. We need to be leading a little bit more laps and competing for wins on a more regular basis than we are, whether that be Kevin, whether that be Kurt Busch or myself or Danica. We're working hard. Kevin got, he was running up front all day long at Indy. Those were brand new race cars that they built and showed some light. So I'm just looking forward to getting back to some of these tracks for the second time. When you're with a new team, like I am with the Fort team, you're kind of learning each other as you go to all these new tracks. This is the first opportunity we've had to go to a racetrack with actual notebook that we can go to battle with.
Clint, you're a pretty wide-open guy. How does that affect your attitude? Which Clint is there inside the race car and outside the race car? Are they different versions of Clint?
Hell, I don't know. It probably changes from time to time. I'd say it's different. The way I race versus the way I am outside the car is probably a little bit different.
Clint, thanks so much for joining us today on Raceline. Good luck at Darlington this weekend and with the rest of your season.
Yeah, can't wait. Thank you.
That's Clint Bowyer, new driver at Stewart-Haas Racing for this year. He's taken some time to get his stride there, but I think he's going to be really good at that team.
Yeah, so do you pick him to win the Southern 500?
I am not. I'm going to go with I've been going with really obvious choices lately. I'm going to go with Jimmie Johnson for the Southern 500. So good at Darlington, the ultimate professional. He's going to victory lane again at Darlington this weekend.
Darlington Raceway, the Bojangles Southern 500. Who else? Martin Truex Jr. He continues with the hot hand, and he gets the win in the Southern 500 this weekend.
Kevin Harvick has been kind of quiet as of late. I think he starts to make some noise this weekend and wins the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington.
Those are our picks for the Southern 500 this weekend. Enjoy the throwback themes. It's always fun. Next week, we head into Richmond. Kyle Busch's crew chief, Adam Stevens, will be our special guest that week.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/RacelineTV. And we'll see you right here next week on Raceline.
Raceline is brought to you in HD by Progressive Insurance. Comparing rates to help you save? Now that's Progressive. And by Z-Max, the one product for your engine, fuel system, and transmission. Raceline is produced in the beautiful Florida Keys by Raceline Productions, Stargazer Media, and Jomo Incorporated. Find out more about us on our website at racelineonline.com or on Facebook at facebook.com/RacelineTV. I'm Jeff Moreau.
College is great, but before you enroll, which do you think is a better way to earn your degree? Live on campus in a dorm where you can't sleep, with a roommate you can't stand, attend lectures that you can't hear, with cafeteria food that you can't eat, or learn online at Independence University. On the porch with your puppy, in the kitchen with your kitten, on your bed with your bunny, your campus is wherever you want it to be. That's Independence University. And you'll also get a laptop and tablet to use in school, and you can keep them when you graduate.
1-800-698-9212.
Call now to see if you qualify. A debt relief counselor is available to assist you 24 hours a day.
Call 800-349-3089. That's 800-349-3089.
Hall of Fame and Olympic medalist Nancy Lieberman hits the court at 39. Emmitt Smith just set the all-time leading rushing record in the NFL.
Playing at the level of these great athletes is the most thrilling, intense, and rewarding time of their lives. And then, one day, the cheering stops. But the drive for success, for reinvention, never fades. They strive to create and empower a new kind of team away from the locker room, to be still in the game. Their stories told by Roland Martin.
You may know me from various news outlets, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, and of course, TV One. But I'm also a serious sports fan. I'm a native of Houston, and I only represent my home teams. I'm also a Texas A&M graduate, Gigga Maggies, and a very serious student of success, on the field and off. Over the next hour, you will meet two superstars who triumphed as athletes and succeeded after their playing days finished. We start with a Dallas Cowboy. Now, let me say right now, I cannot stand the Cowboys. I am from Houston, but I do love my friend, Emmitt Smith.
Smith up the middle. The punches right and goes in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Smith up the middle. Bounces to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Smith breaks to the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Emmitt is a virtual record machine. 3 Super Bowl rings, Super Bowl MVP, 18,355 career rushing yards, the biggest NFL record of them all, breaking it set by his idol and friend, the late Walter Payton. Member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Oh, and you also may remember Emmitt Smith as the winner of Dancing with the Stars. We'll get to that in a moment, but first things first. For Emmitt Smith, there were 3 pillars for his success: his relationship with Jesus Christ, his mother, and his father.
When your parents see something,
yeah,
and you're going, where are you getting this from?
It's insight. It's parent intuition. They know their children. They know them, and they know them well. My father has said probably 3 things that definitely just jumps out at me right now. One happened in college. We had Memphis State, and I scored a touchdown, and the fans was ragging me all before the game and everything else. I scored a touchdown, do a little touchdown dance on them in the end zone to head to the sideline. After the game, he said, "Son, what was that?" I said, "I got tired of them razzing me, and so I wanted to show them up once I got in the end zone. I got in the end zone plenty of times." And he said, "Son, the great ones don't do that." He said, "The great ones act like they've been there before. I don't ever want to see you do that again." No more dancing. No more dancing. My mom, she was very influential as well. In fact, the story goes that my mom took my brother Eric and I and signed us up for the football team at the Salvation Army against my father's will.
You're like, y'all work that out.
Yeah. I said, I had nothing to do with it. I mean, I'm 8 years old, so I'm just doing exactly what I was told. And what I really wanted to do which was play football. That's how the story goes. Now, when it came down to football, my mom was my biggest football fan. She loved football probably more than I did. I remember one day I got knocked out here in Dallas. And I don't come to until I get into the locker room. I said, "Don't tell me I got knocked out." He said, "Yeah, you got knocked out." And man, my mom said, "You okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." She said, "Why don't you get back on up and get back in the game then?" I mean, that's the kind of mother I had. You never quit. And as long as you can run and walk, you should continue to play. Finish the game. Finish.
Was there any one moment or series of moments where you said, it's time to hang him up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That moment became clear as day to me in 2003. This is right after I left the Dallas Cowboys and went to the Arizona Cardinals. Rolling into Texas Stadium, getting off the visitors' bus, walking into the visitors' locker room. I felt like I was in the wrong locker room. And Roland, when I tell you it broke my heart, right then and there, I cried for 45 minutes in that locker room. And all I could think about, I am in the wrong locker room. Why am I doing this? There's nothing left for me to achieve outside of getting hurt. And I made the fundamental decision. After that, I will honor out my contract with the Cardinals because I'm going to try to be a man of my word. I won't quit. I'm going to fight. And at the end, when it was all over, walked to the edge of the field, looked back, took a deep breath in, said goodbye. And that was it for me. That was it.
I tell people all the time, for me, what I call the 4 most powerful words in the world, thy will be done. If one has a level of faith where you say, God, what is your will for my life? And he speaks it, and then you go, now I'm going to do it.
Right.
It's amazing how many folks ask me, but how did you know? Right. And I said, well, if you have a relationship, you know.
You know. And if you got, your relationship will reveal your talent, and your talent will make room for you. Thy will shall be done. God equipped me with this candid ability. Think about my football career. Durability, consistency, and vision. All that works for what I do right now. In the real estate business, I got to have vision. I got to be able to see things that others don't see. You see something trashy, you see something not worthy, I see something beautiful. I see the future. I'm looking 20 years out and what the possibilities could be. How is that any different than me starting in 1990 and looking out 13 years later saying I want to become the all-time leading rusher? How is that any different from me being 7 years old and telling my pops one day I want to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and it happens in 1990? How is that any different for me sitting in the stands in 1987 with my best friend Johnny Nichols watching our very first Super Bowl, the Denver Broncos versus the Giants, and getting all hyped up because I'm in the moment, and I turn to my best boy and say, man, I want to play in the Super Bowl, and I want to play in Pasadena, California. And he says to me, I hope you do so we can come out here and party some more. And 6 years later, from 1987 to 1993, I'm playing in my very first Super Bowl in Pasadena, California. And Johnny Nick is sitting up there watching me as a professional athlete. Come on. Thy will shall be done.
So was his will for you to dance with the stars?
You'll hear his surprising answer when we come back, plus a story of what happened in the game after a night of a little too much party.
Second half rolls around, they start to mount this comeback. And when I say mount a comeback, they coming back. And we're running out of energy. I can't feel my legs.
So take out a napkin and draw this formula. G, the letter G, plus P, the letter P, plus V, the letter V, equals C, the letter C. So what does that mean? Here's what it means. Are you using your gifts, your most enjoyed talents, those things that you love to do, that your hand turns to naturally? That's the G. On things you feel passionate about, that's the P. In other words, things you're curious about, you're interested in. If you use your gifts on things you really care about in an environment that's fits your values, now you got a reason to get up in the morning. Every one of us needs a reason to get up in the morning. That's the power of purpose, and purpose is fundamental. So G plus P plus V equals C, your calling. Calling is another word for purpose. It calls you to bring who you are to the world.
Free Communication Weekend, that's how I started on eHarmony. You get to communicate with your matches for free. Being able to see who I was going to get matched with and communicate with them was a really good introduction.
This weekend, you can message your matches for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. So, message your matches for free.
If I had to use one word to describe the moment I knew he was the one, it would be magical.
Message your matches for free now through Monday only. No credit card required.
It's AARP. Let me just...
Wait, are you joining AARP?
Actually, I just did.
Really? I didn't think we were ready for AARP. Is it worth it?
Well, just today, I saved on concert tickets, read a great article on investing, found a sweet travel deal, used the caregiver finder for my dad, and done. Discounted movie tickets.
If you don't think instant benefits when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Join today for just $12 and get discounts. So many ways to save. Instant resources and just the right offers find you at just the right time. Plus, as a member, your voice will be heard. Join today for just $12. It's not too soon.
Call 1-800-440-1303.
And join AARP for just $12 for your first year. You'll also get this travel bag free.
Call 1-800-440-1303.
Or visit tryaarp.org.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Call Health Markets today at 1-800-951-8406. That's 1-800-951-8406.
Attention those implanted with a hernia surgical mesh. If you have had hernia repair surgery with mesh reinforcement, listen closely. Some have experienced infection, chronic pain, mesh failure, and other complications after being implanted with a hernia mesh device. Because of this, some of these mesh devices have been recalled by the FDA, but devices are still being used and may cause serious complications. If you or a loved one have had hernia repair surgery with mesh reinforcement and suffered infection, chronic pain, mesh migration, mesh failure, organ damage, or needed additional surgery, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be eligible to receive a cash award and compensation for your medical expenses. If you or a loved one have experienced any of these issues after the implantation of a physio mesh or a selection of other common hernia meshes, your voice deserves to be heard. Call the Rely On Group to be connected with a personal injury attorney for a free consultation. Call 800-718-3497.
So was his will for you to do Dance with the Stars?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I didn't know it. I didn't know it because everything else, I mean, you're playing everything else. God has a great sense of humor, too, now. Let's not trip over it.
Because it's amazing to me, there are people who go, oh, I would never do that.
Yeah.
I would never. That means your career is over if you do Dancing with the Stars. I'll be happy to do it one day. You're dancing.
To me, I think it all depends on where you are in your career. I was at the end of my career. Matter of fact, my career was over. So it was good for me to do. And it was a great transitional thing for me to do as well. And it worked out brilliantly because marketability, brandability, exposure, connectivity to the consumers and and the fan base, it just grew. And the work ethic, the training, all of those things, the fundamental things that made me or helped me become who I became, all those were part of transitioning, not taking myself so seriously. That was a new one. I had to learn because I come out of a field that was very, very focused, very, very serious, very, very determined. And in this field, I had to be light. I had to be delicate. I had to be soft. I had to brush off some of the rough edges and be real cool with it and have a good time. And so learning a lot more about myself throughout the process, that helped. And so, yes, when you say, was I predestined to do it? Yes. God predestined me to do it and win it. But it all worked. All things do work together for the good of those who love the Lord. And so I do love them.
There are a lot of guys, I mean, they give it all. they party hard, they drink, they do drugs, they chase women, and it's kind of like, fine, I'll get up in the morning, and then we got to go to practice and play.
I did all those things except for the drug piece. So I partied. But what I learned was one night I hung out till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, partying hard. This is like on a Friday night, and we getting ready to go to New York the next morning. I don't get home to 5. I got a limo riding around. I'm just doing everything that I want to do. Yes, I had a great time. Come home, get in my apartment, sleep for a couple hours, get my clothes together, head to the airport, get on the plane by 10 o'clock. I'm tired. I say I'm going to sleep all the way to New York, 3 hours. I'm asleep, get there to New York, get in my hotel room, lay down some more, get up by 6, head down to the meeting, head to dinner, go back, get back in the room, sleep all night. Yes, I'm ready for the game. Game begins, we rolling around, we jump on New York, we got them 31-0 in the first half. Second half rolls around, they start to mount this comeback. And when I say mount a comeback, they coming back. And we're running out of energy. I can't feel my legs. I turn to one of my boys and say, man, I can't feel my legs. I'm dead. Gone. We ended up winning the game 31-28. But they came back, and I didn't have no energy to fight. And I got on that plane, I said, man, I ain't doing that no more.
You left it at the club.
I left it alone. I said, I ain't doing that no more. Because what did I gain? I gained a little bit of peace, a little bit of fun, a little bit of excitement, and a story. What could I have lost? Could have lost a lot of different things. And so you learn how to count your grace and mercies along the way. And that was a lesson. That was a life lesson for me.
When we come back, what motivates Emmett these days is creating a new legacy of empowering others.
I'm not worried about my place in history because it's already cemented. I'm worried about giving this to you so you can become the best you that you possibly can.
So what are you curious about? Being curious is really fundamental to vital aging, to finding purpose in life. And curiosity is really interesting to me. We're all curious. What keeps you up at night? What keeps you up, not in a bad way, but in a good way, because you're so curious about it that you're reading about it, studying about it, thinking about it. Self-help today is really about curiosity for many people. It's about curiosity about themselves and what works in their life and what works in other people's lives. When we lose our curiosity about self and others, you ever been at a dinner party sitting next to a former anything who's still that former something, is not curious about this next phase of their lives? Oftentimes that's a boring evening. We are often attracted to the most curious people. What about you? Are you curious? What keeps you up at night?
TheHouse.com has everything your family needs to go back to school in style. Huge selection of kids apparel, clothing and outerwear for young women and men from $8.95. Save on backpacks, hoodies, and footwear. Up to 70% off outerwear for the entire family. Cruise to class on a new skateboard or bike. Most orders ship free with free gear. TheHouse.com, helping parents and preparing students from dusk to dorm since 1982.
Welcome back to Still in the Game. We've been looking at the life of Emmitt Smith, 3-time Super Bowl champ, the NFL's all-time leading rusher, winner of Dancing with the Stars, successful in business. And we caught up with Emmitt on his way to a business lunch, but his charitable work is never far from his mind.
Our focus is dealing with kids that have high potential. I don't like to use the term at risk, but there are somewhat at-risk kids that have high potential but just need a hand up instead of a handout. I come from humble beginnings. You know, my Pop Warner coach, he was in the construction business, and they lived very modestly. At that time, I thought they lived very, very nice comparing to where we lived. And so, you know, just seeing all those different things and seeing the potential of what the opportunities will present themselves. And that's what we try to do with our kids.
Emmitt's wife is Pat Smith. They are dedicated parents to their 5 children and helping others through the Pat and Emmitt Smith charities. They raise millions of dollars annually through their Celebrity Golf Weekend every Mother's Day weekend, which I've participated in the last 4 years.
The Emmitt Smith Celebrity Invitational has raised more than $6.2 million in support of Pat and Emmitt Smith charities.
The tournament, auction, and gala help fund back-to-school events where underserved kids get uniforms, backpacks, dental care, and glasses. It started with one student asking for a small donation so his classmates could have uniforms. But now, thanks to Pat and Emmitt, more than 4,000 students have new uniforms in the Dallas area. I talked to Pat and Emmitt at this year's gala.
We're in it to help transform young men and young women's lives and help them get off to the right momentum, if you will, as they proceed to go from level to level. The next level for the 5 of our kids, 5 of our 20 kids, is college. And we have 5 excellent choices that are going on to college that we believe will be transformative at the next phase.
Now, Pat, how is it to literally see these young folks and see them evolve each year?
Let me tell you, that's the part that makes me cry. Because when I walked into the room tonight and saw them all standing there, I interviewed them when they were 6th and 7th graders. These babies are going to college. So I've watched them from being very shy. You know, you could tell when you interviewed them there was something special there, but they just needed to believe in themselves. Let me tell you, you will see them tonight, and you will know why Emmitt and I take the time to mentor these kids. The fruit is there, and that's why we do it.
I know that I'm 100% more prepared for life.
I can dream bigger and do great things.
I have hope.
I have confidence.
I'm going to be a global leader.
I'm able to grow.
I'm grateful.
I am able to achieve greatness.
I'm going to be a game changer.
I found my leadership that I had inside of me that I never thought was there.
I'm not worried about my place in history because it's already cemented. I'm worried about giving this to you so you can become the best you that you possibly can. That's really the job of all of us because someone has come before us that have opened up the door for us to do the things that we're doing. It's up to us to leave those doors open and forge another way or take it to the next level. And it's up to the next generation to take it to the next level. Keep making it better. Trust me, we ain't on rotary phones no more. We're not on dial-up no more. I mean, we're on cell phones now. Everybody is wireless. Everything is social. Technology advances, and it gets better and better. So should we as people.
Next, Emmitt goes from chewing up real estate on the football field to building a real estate empire headquartered in Dallas.
The NFL stands for not for long. We don't never know when it's going to end.
So what is wisdom? What is wisdom later in life? Well, I was studying this, and I was writing a book called Claiming Your Place at the Fire. Interesting title, huh? Claiming Your Place at the Fire. Here's where the title came from. I was in Africa interviewing elders, tribal elders in cultures in Africa about how they become elders and how they're listened to or not listened to, and what's the function of elderhood in tribes in Africa today. And I'm sitting around the fire with elders, and I noticed that the wisest of the elders sat the closest to the fire. Not the oldest of the elders, but the wisest of the elders they placed closest to the fire. Why? Because they have the wisdom. They have the stories. They have the history that people want to hear. Where would your place be at the fire? Where would my place be at the fire as we're older? Being older doesn't necessarily mean being wiser. One of those wisdom people that I was sitting with, his name was Kampala, and he's from a tribe called the Hadza, which are hunter-gatherers, one of the oldest tribes on earth. And Kampala's getting tired of me interviewing him, and he wants to interview me. So he said, Richard, can we step away from the fire and can I ask you a question? Through a translator, he asked me this question. He says, Richard, do you know what the 2 most important days in your life are? And I said, yes, of course, birth and death. And he went, oh, you write these books, you've been asking these questions, and you don't know the fundamental truth of the 2 most important days. And I went, well, what are they, Kampala? I'm all ears. And he said, birth and surviving birth here. But the second most important day is the day you determine why you were born, how you fit into the culture, how you fit into the tribe. That's purpose to me. So where will your place be at the fire? Are you a wise elder?
Emmitt Smith was successful on the football field and is successful in helping kids and families in need. but he is also a success in business, and his dream for that started during his rookie year. He credits two men for mentoring him: Roger Staubach, the Hall of Fame Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and the Hall of Fame owner of the Cowboys, Jerry Jones. At what point was it for you where you said, I'm doing this today, but I better be fully preparing myself for the next phase or the second half of my life?
The NFL stands for not for long. We don't never know when it's going to end. So why not start preparing right now? And so my rookie year, I asked Jerry Jones, could I come sit in his office and listen at his business conversations? And he afforded me the opportunity to do that. But in the back of my mind, I'm like saying, okay, this is a long-term plan for me. I want to be in the National Football League for at least 13 years. I want to be here 13 years because Walter Payton was here 13 years, and he became the all-time leading rusher in 13 years. If I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to make it that far, this is what my career will look like. But in the process, what else do I need to do, and what do I want to do after it's all over with?
When did you begin to sort of organize your thoughts where you say, okay, I want to build the same championship sort of team concept as I did having playing ball, and then you begin to seek out the likes of Roger Staubach and others who had already done it?
If Roger did this and leveraged his brand, I could do the same thing. If Magic Johnson did it and leveraged his brand, I can do the same thing. I got to develop a team. Talked to Roger upon retirement. Roger connected me with some folks in his office. I started learning the development game, how to build things, and run my own deal. So I started my construction company. So I got my development, I got my construction. And so if I could do both, fees here, fees there, development here, it works. So start putting that together. Met a guy who'd been in the business for over 20-some odd years at that time. Came from a major company. He and I hooked up. We had this vision, this passion for creating a minority construction company, something that people say did not exist or is hard to find. The typical cliche. We can't find qualified construction companies or development companies that are minority. Let's just forget minority. Let's just say African-American companies that we can find to put on the jobs. So try to bridge that gap. Try to create an opportunity to create room for others to come. And that's what we've been doing. So I tried to build a platform to where in corporate America, if you truly have a mission to do work with minority companies, then I have one that you just cannot say no to. Because whatever you're going to do, whether it's brokerage services, tenant rep business, office, industrial, retail, property management, lease administration, site selection, all of that, we got it. If you need to build something, well, you got a construction company. If you need a developer to come in and develop it for you and put the construction company to work, we can do that too. So I try to build something to where you have to absolutely say, I don't want to do business with Emmitt Smith. And if you say that to me, fine, I can take that.
So your deal is, I'm taking away all your excuses.
Take away every excuse.
So here's what interesting.
That's what I try to do in football.
If I put what you just said side by side with an interview of you breaking down game tape, people will probably see the exact same excitement, energy, and everything. And so did you have the same philosophy where, look, what I put in to be great over here, I can't half-ass it over here?
You're right. That's what I said. It's the same thing that I did in football. If I had to break down my position, if you want to be on the football field for first, second, and third down, that means not only your first down running back or second down running back, your third down running back. Well, third down running back is a little bit different because that guy actually has to block somebody in case they blitz. You have to pick up blitzes all over the place. And you have to be able to run routes and catch the football. So in order to round out my game to where my coaches can say, now, we can't have him on the bench right now. And he's one of our most valuable players. He's going to pick up the blitz. He's going to run the ball effectively. And plus, it disguises me against the defensive coverages and defensive schemes. Because now they don't know if I'm going to run the ball or pass, go out and catch a pass. I'm going to be one-on-one with a linebacker that I can beat in the pass route. So I'm leveraging my talent, and I'm maximizing my talent to the fullest. And to me, that is no different than what I just described before, maximizing who I am as an individual.
And that he did in football, in business, and in good works. Emmitt Smith is still in the game. When we come back, a young girl's love and admiration for Muhammad Ali leads her to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Welcome back to Still in the Game. I'm Roland Martin. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Muhammad Ali, Wayne Gretzky. These iconic athletes are all friends of one woman, and she got her nickname from one more superstar and friend, Earvin Magic Johnson. They call her Lady Magic. Now let me introduce you to Nancy Lieberman, one of the greatest female athletes of all time. Let's break this thing down. 1975, Team USA women's basketball gold medal at the Pan American Games. 1976, Olympic silver medal. 1979 and 1980, back-to-back national championships at Old Dominion University.
When it was needed, Old Dominion broke out the magic. Number 10, Nancy Lieberman. After 9 points in the first half, the Redhead added 12 more, finishing as the game's high scorer with 21 points. She added 9 assists and 8 rebounds. Lieberman is more than just an All-American. Last year, she won the coveted Wade Trophy as a junior. That's the Heisman Trophy of women's college basketball. Back as a senior, Lieberman has led her top-ranked club to a 33-1 record, a 4th straight state title, and they're 1 win away from the Final Four.
1996, Nancy Lieberman is enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame alongside greats like Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Even so, she was not quite done with basketball. That very next year, the WNBA gets going. Nancy signs with the Phoenix Mercury at the age of 39. She was back in the game she loved.
3 of the Phoenix Mercury. And Lieberman Klein connects for the first time in the game. Charlotte Sting either. Nancy Lieberman Klein for 3. A long three-pointer for Lieberman Klein. She has 5 points for Phoenix.
I visited with Nancy at her home, surrounded by her trophies and signed memorabilia from her all-star friends. Who's that?
That's Kobe.
Okay.
That's Kobe,
Okay.
and that's the ball I played at 50 here. So I'm in control of putting this ball on your finger.
All right.
There you go.
That's the first time I've ever had a spinning ball on my finger. So the biggest photo is here, Wayne Gretzky. Why? Why does he get the biggest one?
Because I asked him for a picture, and this is what he said to me. I was like,
You went, really?
I was like, what am I going to do with that? So I'm grateful that the great one has been a friend.
You're thinking he's going to send you 8 by 10.
Yes.
And he's sending you this huge.
This is what I get.
We got down to it over a friendly game of pool. What was that one moment for you? That first moment you recall when you first picked that ball up?
Oh my gosh, I was about 8, 9 years old, and I just picked up a ball and I shot it. And I fell in love with the game. I liked just Dr. J and the excitement of the game and the split-second decision-making. I love that. And I wanted to be cool like Clyde Frazier. I loved it. Let's see if I can put... What would you put in, a white ball?
I put in a white ball, yes.
White ball. Let me see if I can get this. Uh-oh. Nope.
That's called an air ball.
That's an air ball.
Yeah, that's an air ball right there. Air ball right there. So, so you grew up in Queens, but all of a sudden there was something about you where you wanted to get to Harlem.
I did.
Explain that. Why? What was fascinating about basketball in Harlem?
Well, it wasn't basketball in Harlem. It was that I was a poor kid from a one-parent family, no father, no food, no heat. And I needed something to believe in. And basketball is what I believed in, although baseball was my best sport. And I heard that the greatest players played at Rucker Park in Harlem. And so I told my mom at 11 I was going to the park at PS 104, a block and a half away. And I took a couple dollars out of her wallet. She didn't know this at the time.
So you lied to your mom
lied
and
to my
you
mother.
stole from your mom.
I did. I took $2 out of her wallet, And what I did was I took the A train.
So a little white girl rolls up in Harlem, ready to play basketball. I'm sure it was not the United Nations.
It was funny because I walk in the park and all these brothers are looking at me, and I had flaming red hair, and I had a jacket on, and I had T-shirts in my jacket, you know, so I look bigger on the train. Do it to them before they do it to you. And I talked like this, like I had not paid like $2,000 at elocution school at that point. And I'm like, yo, like I want to play. And they're like, little girl, do you know where you are? I said, yeah, I know, I'm at Rucker Park. And he goes, I said, yeah, I know I'm white. And these guys just were like laughing. And I said, is your name Rucker? And the guy says, no. I said, good, it ain't your park. These guys are like high-fiving me, and they're like, do you know, where are you from? I said, Far Rockaway. My mom don't know I'm here, and I just want to be really good. Can you help me be really good? And these guys were closer to me than my brother. They protected me. They rode the trains. They waited for me to come up to Harlem. They came to the house, and I walk in, and my mother was giving me, you know, the smile, young lady, let me see you in my room. And I go in there, and she goes, where were you? I was looking for you at PS 104. I said, I went to Harlem. I went to Rucker Park. She goes, do you know how dangerous it is? I said, I wasn't going to hurt anybody. I just wanted to play. And she goes, who are they? And I said, that's Ronald, that's Donald, and that's Gary. And, Mom, they're hungry. Can you make some spaghetti? And she goes, who are they? I go, they're my friends. She goes, how are they your friends? I said, we won 3 games in a row together. But I didn't know I was teaching my mother not to be prejudiced, not to be racist, not to profile people. And you don't know that at 11. It was so pure between me and those guys.
But isn't that what's interesting about, I think it's your shot. I think what is interesting about sports, that even when you have the racial dynamics in the country, in the world, but still even in the sports world, when it's time to play ball, the question is, can you play?
That's all they wanted to know. And that's why, like today, I can go back up into Harlem or Rucker, and they'll go, fire, hey, that's fire. And
that was your nickname?
Back then, because of my flaming red hair. But there was so much love, and it was amazing. I'm so grateful to my brothers up in Harlem for teaching me toughness. They believed in me when I didn't believe in me, and they were always there for me. I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. Maybe for that shot.
Her time at Rucker Park has served her well. She says her life was also shaped by the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali.
I keep going back to Muhammad. He said, respect everybody, fear nobody. And I used to say to people, respect everybody, but fear nobody. That's life, right?
More about Nancy's lifelong relationship with the greatest of all time when we come back.
I'm walking in my house one day, and all I had was sports. That was mine. You couldn't take that from me. Football, baseball, basketball. And I'm walking in the kitchen, and the TV's there, and I'm like, this guy, he's like, I'm the greatest of all time. I beat Joe Frazier like I beat George Foreman, like I beat Sonny Liston back in 1964. I'm too pretty not to be the champion of the world. I am the greatest of all times. And I'm 10, and I'm like, who is this guy? I was like mesmerized by his voice, by everything. And I walked in the kitchen, and I went, I'm going to be the greatest of all times. And my mother goes, why are you talking like that? And I said, I don't know, but I'm going to knock you out. And she goes, I am your mother. I said, I'm going to knock you out in 2 rounds. And she goes, and it was this weird look. And I go, and him? I don't know what I'm going to do to him. She goes, him's your brother. And I said, I'm going to be the greatest of all times.
So what is the good life? We all have our vision of the good life, whether it's in retirement or earlier in life. And we know that, of course, money and health are fundamental to the good life, but there are other characteristics, and I've been studying those characteristics for 3 decades. These are 4 essential characteristics: place, people, right work, and purpose. Place is where you live. It's not only geography and weather, but it's also community, and does it give you the other essentials that make your life worthwhile. People, you could be living in the most beautiful place on earth, but if your relationships aren't there or are missing, it's not going to be the good life. As an example, have you ever been on vacation and had an argument with somebody? All of a sudden, the place kind of recedes in the background and the people come forward. Right work has to do with any kind of work, volunteer work, craft work, grandparenting work, but it's work that is essential to you and to using your gifts in ways that you want to move forward. And then finally, purpose. We all need a reason to get up in the morning. And so that's the power of purpose that's fundamental to the good life. So let's do a check. We call this the drawer test. So go to a drawer in your home or a closet, but let's stick with a drawer for a minute here, and open the drawer and look at all the stuff in this, let's say, junk drawer. And I have 3 boxes in front of you. Box 1 is, this is essential to my vision of the good life, goes in that box. This is not essential to my vision of the good life, goes in a not box. And then a question mark, I can't decide whether this is essential or not, goes in a question mark box. Maybe put that away for a year and see whether you need it or not. But when we look at the good life, we start maybe with the stuff in life. Then we move to our time, our relationships, place, and all of that. How about you? Did you pass the drawer test?
On average, an American household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt. But right now, if you qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program, your debt balances and monthly payments will be reduced while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Enroll now and there won't be any upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. To qualify for the Debt Reset program, you must have at least $10,000 or more in credit card debt, unsecured loan debt, collection debt, and/or medical bills. You must also be past due or struggling to make minimum monthly payments or considering filing for bankruptcy. If this sounds like you, avoid the serious consequences of bankruptcy and take advantage of National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program today and become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. A debt relief counselor is available to assist you 24 hours a day.
Call 800-349-3089. That's 800-349-3089.
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-681-2167. That's 800-681-2167. Call now.
I know what you're thinking. I thought what you thought. Some things are just too good to be true. Just like you, I thought that reverse mortgages had to have some kind of catch, just a way for the banks to get your house, right? Well, then I did some homework. And I found out it's not any of that. It's not another way for the bank to get your house. A reverse mortgage loan is a simple idea, really. You turn your home's equity into cash, and you pay it back when you leave the house. It's a loan designed just for older Americans, and it's helped hundreds of thousands to live a more stable, secure retirement and stay in the home they love.
Call 800-721-0659 to receive your free information kit.
A reverse mortgage from AAG can give you the retirement stability you're looking for. AAG, bringing stability to your retirement.
risky as it was playing at 39, they did make it to the playoffs that year. Nancy had an extraordinary man in her corner, the greatest of all time. Her idol, her friend, the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali. Slap.
We have to get back up to the top. There's sharks everywhere. I'm so scared.
47 meters down. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters June 16th.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
Are you missing out on life because you're putting off neck or back surgery? Call Laser Spine Institute, the leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a less than 1-inch incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic conditions, call today for your no-cost MRI review.
When you're in that much pain and you live on painkillers, you really don't have quality of life. I feel like Laser Spine Institute was an answer to prayer. It's just the heavens had opened up, and it was like, I can live again.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-844-304-BACK now for your no-cost MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
When it's warm, you want to open every door and let fresh air in. The trouble is, you end up letting a lot of mosquitoes in as well, and we all know that mosquitoes can be dangerous. You need Magic Mesh, the new type of screen door that opens easily and then magically closes itself behind you. That makes it great for pets too. They can come and go as they please, so let the fresh air in and keep those annoying bugs out with Magic Mesh. Magic Mesh, available at these fine retailers.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Fallon Borgman, who is suing Sylvia Bartlett for $700.
The treadmill. She still has a treadmill?
No. I basically told her that I have a new buyer and that I would resell the treadmill just to, make it easier because she clearly does not have everything together. Just to make it easier,
So you have the treadmill now?
No, I sold it to a new buyer, and then 3 days later, the new buyer calls me and tells me that it's broken. And 5 months ago when I sold it to her, it was not broken because I just used it before my yard sale, so.
No, Your Honor, as she says, the buyer called her 3 days after the treadmill was sold to her. When I gave her back that treadmill, it was in perfect working condition.
I don't believe you. She returned the treadmill. So the only thing I could feasibly give you is the difference between the treadmill when she bought it and the value of the treadmill today. Do you understand me? The value of when she bought it and the value of today.
Yes.
Because what she did essentially, what we're gonna have to creatively do is create a rental agreement, almost like she leased the treadmill for 5 months.
Yeah.
And she put wear and tear on that. You can't just return something that you use for 5 months and expect not to be responsible for wear and tear. So, Ms. Borgman, now that you have the treadmill back, after the other buyer bought it, he said it didn't fit, it didn't work. What is wrong with the treadmill?
Something about the incline, it won't incline anymore, and the speed, it won't go past a certain speed.
Did you have somebody check it out to see how much it would cost to fix?
I did, and it would probably be about $300.
All right. Anything else, ladies?
I just want to point out, Your Honor, that the treadmill very well could have been broken by the person that she sold it to. I understand that you did set aside the fact that she forgot her check, but you pointed out irresponsibility. I think it is very irresponsible to forget that you have a $700 check on your person.
Careful, because when you point one finger, you got 3 pointing back at you.
Yes, ma'am.
Tough lesson, right? Okay, all right, so here's the thing. You two had a contract to buy the treadmill. You sold it. You agreed to pay $700. You never paid her $700. You're lucky she accepted it back. But you've had it for 5 months. There's wear and tear on that bike. On that treadmill. I don't know if you really rode it or used it 5 times or more. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know where you left it? Did you properly lift it? So obviously that wear and tear has to be on you. You can't just give it back to her and pretend everything's okay after so much time. So the only fair thing to do is for you to reimburse her the value of what it was, what it's worth today, and what you paid for. So that would be to repair the treadmill. So what we'll do to be fair, Ms. Borgman, is we'll have the defendant pay you $250 to fix the treadmill. Hopefully maybe it's the belt or something that can be fixed.
Thank you.
And that should be enough. So next time, cash your check.
I definitely will.
And please make sure you look at your checkbook and you have everything set, you deduct, you do everything you're supposed to do, okay? Manage a checkbook. Very important life lesson, okay? Good luck, ladies.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $250.
I'm glad I got some of the money back, but next time I'll do all cash transactions.
I'll work on keeping better track of my finances because clearly I can't trust that people will cash their checks in a timely fashion.
Coming up on Justice for All.
And so I sent him a text while I was on vacation. I said to him, don't forget that he has a problem with keys. So please be careful.
Closed captioning provided by
Allergies can hold you back. Break through with non-drowsy Allegra for fast 5-in-1 multi-symptom relief. Break through allergies with Allegra.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Lauren Daniels is suing Jacob Martin in the amount of $3,000. Ms. Daniels claims Mr. Martin was negligent when he took care of her dog, and as a result, her dog needed surgery. Mr. Martin claims it's not his fault and he shouldn't be held responsible.
Ms. Daniels, I understand your dog likes keys.
Yeah.
That's why we're here today, right? Mr. Martin, you took care of Ms. Daniels' dog and he had an accident. Is that correct?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay. Well, I've known Lauren for about 5 years. We were friends in college. And she's had this dog, Buddy, for about 3 years. But when she got him, she never gave him proper training. She never took him to a dog trainer. You know, she never tried to train him herself.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of rambunctious, but he is a sweet dog in reality.
What kind of dog is he?
A pit bull bulldog mix.
Oh, wow. Okay. Energetic, yes.
Yeah. So Lauren works a lot. She works about 6 days a week. So we were hanging out one day, and she said she wanted to take a vacation. I said, you know, that's great. You should definitely go do that. But the thing holding her back was Buddy. So I decided I would do her a favor. You know, I would house sit and watch Buddy for her.
And so you went away.
Yeah.
Your friend, Mr. Martin, said he would take care of Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Special instructions. Did you leave him any special instructions?
I
Because
did.
we're here suing for a very large vet bill.
Yes.
That you believe he's responsible for.
Yes.
Okay. So who wants to tell me what happened to Buddy?
He knows that Buddy sometimes puts things in his mouth, especially keys. I don't know why he likes the keys so much, but that's, you know, and the thing is he had an incident one time where he just like, he almost came close, so I took them out, and ever since then I've been really careful, and I've told him specifically.
Has he ever swallowed keys before?
No, he's never swallowed keys before.
So then how does he have a problem with keys?
I don't know,
Explain this to
maybe
me.
it's because they're shiny or something.
Okay, but so there must have been something previously to him saying that he has an issue with keys. So he's never swallowed keys before?
He's never swallowed keys, but he likes to chew on my keys. I have a big keychain, so I know that he likes to chew on it. And
so he likes to chew on the keychain, not the key?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all connected. So, but I guess he chews on the keychain itself, but it's like with the keys. I don't know, maybe
How many times has he done this?
I don't let him do that very often. It's happened like 2 times. That's why I always keep the keys separate. And so I sent him a text while I was on vacation. I said to him, don't forget that he has a problem with keys. So please be careful.
Coming up.
They performed an x-ray and ultrasound. They said they needed to perform surgery, and they needed to do it soon.
Closed captioning provided by
Mom gets breakfast in bed. You get to do the dishes. Bring 'em on. Dawn Ultra has 3 times more grease cleaning power. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
Attention all users of the dangerous blood thinners Xarelto or Pradaxa. You may have been exposed to the serious risks caused by these medications. Call Guardian Legal Network now. There are time deadlines to file your claim. If we don't win, you pay nothing.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez.
At Bissell, we love pets. We also love a challenge. The new Bissell ProHeat 2X Revolution Pet Pro is the best deep cleaning system for pet messes. Dual dirt lifter power brushes clean deep down into carpet fibers. Our Clean Shot pre-treater blasts pet stains. And new tools help you remove pet hair and dirt from just about anywhere. You'll be amazed at what comes out of your carpet. So you love the pets, we'll worry about the messes.
Introducing Listerine Zero Alcohol. It delivers a whole mouth clean with a less intense taste. So it has the bad breath germ-killing power of this, with the lighter feel of this. Try Listerine Zero Alcohol.
Getting an online car insurance quote from my buddy, the General, is a slam dunk. All it takes is a couple of minutes. The monthly payments are low, and you can get immediate proof of insurance. Get your anonymous online quote with low payments and ride with the General.
Hey, Shaq, how about some help up here?
Nope, I'm retired.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
There's no way to hide from potentially deadly heartworm disease. Just one mosquito bite can transmit it. So protect your dog with delicious HeartGuard Plus. Digestive and neurological side effects have rarely been reported. Ask your vet for more information. HeartGuard Plus, the vet's #1 choice.
It only takes a second for an everyday item to become dangerous. New Tide Pods Child Guard Pack helps keep your laundry pack safe and your child safer. Align, press, and unzip.
Can you love wearing powerful sunscreen? Yes. Neutrogena Ultra Sheer unbeatable protection helps prevent early skin aging and skin cancer with a clean feel. The best for your skin. Ultra Sheer. Neutrogena.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. We're back with the case of Lauren Daniels, who is suing Jacob Martin for $3,000.
Okay, so what happened, Miss Daniels? So you were gone on vacation. How did you hear that Buddy had an accident?
While I was on vacation, I got a phone call from Jacob, and he was telling me that he had swallowed keys and that he had to have emergency surgery.
Ooh. Okay.
So, but by the time I got this phone call, it was after the surgery was already done.
Would you have told him not to have the surgery?
No, of course not.
Okay, so at the end of the day, you're suing him for the value. You believe that Mr. Martin is responsible for the surgery, right?
Right, I think he is because, I mean, the reason why I trusted Jacob is because Jacob has been a really, really good friend of mine, and I've trusted him. And he's the one that knows Buddy the best after me.
Okay.
So, you know, this is just disappointing to me. And so I just think that it's his fault because I told him specifically.
Okay.
I sent him a reminder text.
All right, so what happened, Mr. Martin?
I hadn't taken Buddy for a walk yet, so I was going to take him for a walk. Now, as I mentioned before, Buddy's not trained, so he's pretty rambunctious, and he's kind of hard to deal with when you take him outside of the house. Got his leash on and everything, got him all set up. We're going down the street, and he's just not having it. He's barking at everything. He's barking at neighbors. He's trying to get off the leash. He's even, like, nipping at my ankles a little bit. So I just said, I'm not having this. You know, Lauren, she can walk him when she gets back.
So then what happened?
Okay, so I took him back home, shut the door, and I get a call from work. Now, I'd been expecting a raise for the last couple months, and it was my boss, you know, so I got excited. So I answered the phone, and I let Buddy off in the house, though, and the door was locked. On the phone with my boss, and then when I'm done with the phone call, I look around, and I don't see Buddy. I start looking through the house, go to the master bedroom, and there he is, with the keys in his mouth, just looking at me. So I started trying to like get him, you know, like get the keys out of his mouth, and he's just pulling away from me. He's running.
And they
all
were
over
your
the room.
keys or her keys?
Her house keys.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
one key. So he ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you saw him and he ate the keys, and what did you do next?
He ate the keys. I knew that was a big deal. That was one thing she warned me about. So I got on the phone with the vet.
So you took him to the vet, and what did the vet say?
They performed an x-ray and an ultrasound. They said they needed to perform surgery and they needed to do it soon. I was trying to get a hold of Lauren. I was calling her multiple times, no answer. Now, she was on an island, so maybe no service, or she was just away from her phone, I don't know. But I went ahead and went with the surgery anyway because it had to happen, you know. So I fronted the deductible.
Which is $775, which is your countersuit.
Yes.
Okay.
And Buddy's okay. He made it out of the surgery just fine. I called Lauren to tell her what happened, and she started getting really hysterical and really upset with me.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. Promotional consideration provided by...
Enamel is the strong white outer layer of your tooth surface. The thing that's really important to dentists is to make sure that that enamel stays strong and resilient for a lifetime. The more that we can strengthen and reharden that tooth surface, the whiter their patient's teeth are going to be. Dentists are going to really want to recommend the new Pronamel Strong and Bright. It helps to strengthen and reharden the enamel. It also has stain lifting action. It's going to give their patients the protection that they need and the whiter teeth that they want.
Attention all users of the dangerous blood thinners Xarelto or Pradaxa. You may have been exposed to the serious risks caused by these medications. Call Guardian Legal Network now. There are time deadlines to file your claim. If we don't win, you pay nothing.
Introducing Listerine Zero Alcohol. It delivers a whole mouth clean with a less intense taste. So it has the bad breath germ-killing power of this with the lighter feel of this. Try Listerine Zero Alcohol.
I'm not quite sure how Mr. Martin acted unreasonably or negligent or careless in taking care of your dog. You haven't shown me and you haven't really met the burden that Mr. Martin is responsible for Buddy eating the keys because he acted unreasonably and negligent in taking care of the dog. On the contrary, I think he actually took care of the dog very well. A dog's going to do what he wants to do. And if he jumped up and saw the keys and ate them, that's what happened. So based on the evidence, I'm going to deny your claim for your suing for the total amount of the surgery, and I will grant the defendant's claim, counterclaim for $775. You should reimburse him for the down payment of the surgery that your dog had, okay? Good luck, guys.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff has been ordered to pay $775.
I just wish you would have listened and kept the keys away from Buddy.
I never meant for anything bad to happen to him, and I hope we can still be friends.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.
For me, it is about the law and people. That is not a legal defense, let me tell you. And how people can resolve and better themselves.
Justice with passion.
I knew I was going to go into law because I always defended everybody. I was always the one who found a solution and tried to resolve the problem by having people talk to each other.
Justice with truth.
So I'm giving you one more chance to tell me the truth.
This is Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. Grace Lovett is suing David Stray in the amount of $2,125.81. Ms. Lovett claims Mr. Stray's son broke her kitchen window and her $2,000 vase. Mr. Stray claims his son isn't responsible.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Christina Perez presiding. Please be seated. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Bernard. Mrs. Lovett, your son plays baseball.
That's right, in Little League.
And he plays with your son, Mr. Stray.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so the boys are friends.
Well, they used to be. They're not really anymore.
Okay, why aren't they friends?
In general, Your Honor, I feel like his son Johnny has been a very bad influence on my son. They just moved to our neighborhood, well, the city, just a few months ago, and joined the same year in my son's school, and then they also joined my son's Little League team. His son is pitcher, my son is catcher. When I first met Johnny, I didn't really think much of it. You know, I thought, he seems like a good enough kid. It's totally...
How old are the boys?
They're 10. Once I started hanging out more and more, I started getting calls from the principal's office that there was disruptions in class. Every issue ended up involving Johnny, and I just want to say that, you know, my son, before Johnny came into the picture, was an honor student. He was always straight A's, well liked by the teachers, very popular.
I don't think her son's a perfect angel, Your Honor.
So, because my son is catcher and his son is pitcher, they were asking for more time to practice after, just at home or on the weekends. So I said, okay, you know, I have a big backyard. That's fine. So on Saturdays, I was letting them practice in the backyard for a couple hours around lunchtime. And there have been incidences early on where I was upstairs, you know, checking on something, and I would come down, and at one time I caught Johnny in my husband's study. And, you know, my husband's a huge baseball fan. That's why my son joined the Little League team in the first place. And when I caught him in there, he seemed, you know, he just gave me such a guilty look. And I said, what are you doing in here? And he said, oh, I was just looking for the kitchen. And I said, well, you know, the kitchen isn't anywhere close to here. You know, what were you doing in here? And he couldn't really answer. So I let it go. I didn't really think much of it. But a few weeks later, you know, my son came home from school one day and he was really upset. And he said, and I said, you know, what's wrong? And he said, you know, Johnny stole one of Dad's baseball cards, like one of those. I don't know that much about baseball. I'm an interior designer, but you know, one of his favorite cards that was, you know, signed by whoever and was very valuable. And he was trying to trade it at school. This is when I started having more contact with Mr. Stray. We've talked on the phone several times about this. Did you get the card back? I got the card back, but I mean,
who gave it back to you?
Well, I got it back from Mr. Stray.
Okay.
And
so your son had taken Mr. Levitt's baseball?
My son had received the card from her son, Devin.
But why are we here today suing Mr. Stray for over $2,000?
So after this baseball card incident, I said, you know, no more practices at my house. I don't want his son really near my son beyond just what's required of like the team practices and all of that. And but my son was like, you know, Mom, I'm the pitcher. I'm the catcher. He's the pitcher. We have to practice. You know, we have to practice more than what we've been doing. His son threw a crazy pitch. It went right through my kitchen window, broke the glass. And
so
then
he intentionally threw a pitch to break the window.
I'm not necessarily saying that it was intentional. I'm saying it was reckless, and it was in line with his reckless behavior over the last month.
Reckless? A 10-year-old being reckless when they're throwing a ball. Okay.
So the ball went through my kitchen window.
What were they doing?
They were playing catch.
Okay. Your son was playing catch with Mr. Stray's son. Mr. Stray's son was pitching. Your son was catching. Okay. So your son didn't catch the ball.
Right. And so
the ball went to inside your house.
Right. So the ball ricocheted off his glove, smashed through my kitchen window, and then broke this really irreplaceable vase that my husband had just gotten me for my birthday.
How is that Mr. Stray's son's fault?
You know, as a parent, I am responsible for my child's actions. And if my child went over to his house and broke something, I would take responsibility for that.
That's you. So both of the boys were playing catch.
That's right.
Okay. Your son was catching. Okay. Were you out there watching them?
No. So I was in the kitchen, which faces the front yard. But the thing is that they were supposed to be in the backyard playing. That's always where I have them
Her
play.
son Devin said, "Hey, let's go in the front yard." So my son followed along.
That's not what I heard. I heard that Johnny convinced him to play. I would never have 10-year-olds play in the front yard. I don't want the baseball to go into the street and they get hit by cars.
Well, clearly they were in the front yard, though, so that means they both voluntarily moved to the front yard.
They had moved to the front yard.
And she was there, you know. She's in the kitchen. She should be able to see him in the front
So
yard.
then you saw them playing catch. Why didn't you move them in the backyard?
I hadn't actually seen them. The kitchen window, like the kitchen is fairly large, so I was further back on the island, so they're just out of view. If I had known, I would have moved closer so that I could have kept a better eye on them, but I didn't realize they had moved in until the ball comes flying through the window.
Coming up on Justice for All.
They were talking, and Devin said, "Hey, let's go to the front yard," you know. So my son follows around, and they're playing, and you know, he pitches to Devin, and it ricochets off his glove.
And later.
And I went to go put my watch on, and I keep it in my drawer, in a box, and the whole box was missing.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
There, look.
It's about 20 feet.
Oh my God. I can't believe you talked me into this. Well.
This June.
I have to get back up to the top. There's sharks everywhere. I'm so scared.
47 meters down. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters June 16th.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez.
We challenge these kids to make the ultimate bathroom mess, all to test the power of Kaboom with OxiClean. Kaboom cuts through nasty ring around the tub and can quickly tackle those hard-to-reach corners. The secret? OxiClean stain-fighting bubbles that power through calcium, lime, hard water, and easily clean soap scum on shower doors. Kaboom turns this into this. And try Kaboom Foam-tastic. Its powerful foaming action turns white when it's ready to wipe. Kaboom does the hard work for you.
Can you love wearing powerful sunscreen? Yes. Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Unbeatable Protection helps prevent early skin aging and skin cancer with a clean feel. The best for your skin. Ultra Sheer. Neutrogena.
Daddy, I want you to meet my boyfriend, Sean. We're getting married.
Have a seat. You got a job?
Yes, sir.
You smoke, drink, do drugs?
No, sir.
Who's your car insurance with?
The General, sir.
Welcome to the family, son. Thanks, Dad.
Get your anonymous online quote and ride with the General. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
The in-laws have moved in with us.
And our adult children are here.
So we save by using Tide.
Which means we use less.
3 generations of clothes cleaned in 1 wash.
Those are Mom's.
Anybody seen my pants?
Nothing cleans better.
Put those on, Dad.
It's gotta be Tide.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez. We're back with the case of Grace Lovett, who is suing David Stray for property damage.
All right. And what did your son, Mr. Stray, say happened the day that the window was broken and the vase was broken?
They were set. Usually they play in the backyard, but she's putting in a swimming pool, so there's a giant hole in the ground. So that's dangerous, you know. So they were talking, and Devin said, "Hey, let's go to the front yard," you know. So my son follows around, and they're playing, and you know, he pitches to Devin, and it ricochets off his glove. When she called me, I offered to pay for the window, but the vase, I mean, that's just.
How much is the window?
Well, Your Honor, I can submit the receipts because I had to get it repaired.
Okay.
So I have a couple things that I can.
So how much
for
was the window?
evidence. The window was about $300, so it was replacing the pane and then the cost of the repair, because obviously I had to, so it's just a reimbursement for that. And
so
then
you
the
offered
vase.
to pay for
I did.
the...
And I don't even think I should have to pay for that, but you know, I'm just trying to like meet her halfway, you know, and so, I mean, she's got a big, nice house, she's very wealthy.
So you decided to, it doesn't matter about wealth, that doesn't really matter. So you agreed to pay the $300 for the window, and then when she pushed the vase, you said absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Lovett, have you ever heard of the word accident?
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if both boys were playing and they were both playing catch, your son was catching, his son was pitching, that means that neither of them were out to intentionally hurt anybody. When a catcher doesn't catch a ball, it's either by accident or they just don't catch it. So it's not done on purpose. So, you know, you would have to truly prove to me that his son intentionally threw a crazy pitch that he knew would actually ricochet off the glove and directly go into your kitchen window to directly go hit and break that vase. That would be intentional. But clearly it's not intentional. It was an accident. If both boys were playing catch, they were acting reasonably by playing somewhere where they wouldn't be hurt with a hole in the backyard, so they went to the front yard. So I'm not quite sure how an accident could be construed as being intentional. I think you guys are kind of giving the boys a bad rap. But I don't find that the defendant should be responsible for an accident. On the contrary, he actually offered to pay $300, and since you offered to pay, I think that's the right thing to do. You legally don't have to, but since he did break it by accident. If it was intentional, it's a different story. It was an accident. So I'll have him pay you $300 to get the window fixed.
And I think for me, I understand that it's an accident, but I also think that it's a matter of principle where there is a history of his child acting very recklessly.
Okay.
And I wouldn't come here idly. I wouldn't want to waste your time.
All right. So, but that has nothing to do with this accident, okay? And you shouldn't have let him in your home then. If you really didn't like him, didn't like the child, then you shouldn't have let him in your home. And it's really dangerous to point the finger at a child without really knowing what's going on in their life. All right, so essentially, Mrs. Lovett, I'll deny your claim, but I will take the defendant's offer of reimbursing you for, if that's still okay, of reimbursing you for the window charges of $300, okay? Okay. And I'd say stop pointing the finger. It's dangerous. Good luck.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $300.
I'm disappointed at how you handled the situation with your son, but the judge made a ruling and I'll accept it.
I think you're lucky that I'm paying for the window, and you don't know my son. He's a good kid.
Coming up on Justice for All.
And I went to go put my watch on, and I keep it in my drawer in a box, and the whole box was missing.
Closed captioning provided by
Allergy sufferers, if you have symptoms like these, try new Zysol for relief that's as effective at hour 24 as at hour 1. So be wise all, take new Zysol.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Madison Wong is suing Angela Diaz in the amount of $1,495. Ms. Wong claims Ms. Diaz's son stole her expensive watch. Ms. Diaz claims the defendant has no proof that her son actually stole the watch.
Ms. Wong, you're suing the defendant for almost $1,500 for some items you think or you believe that her son stole from your home?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. What happened?
Ms. Diaz and her daughter were living with us. Things were going well initially. They respected
How did you
the
two
house.
meet that she decided to live with you and your family?
We met at church. The priest came to me one day after service and asked if I would help another young mother in need. As a single mother myself, I am very sensitive to these things. She had a difficult family situation that she needed to get out of, and I wanted to help her and her daughter.
And you have a daughter?
I have a daughter as well.
How old is your daughter?
She's 12.
Okay. And how old is your daughter, Ms. Diaz?
6.
6.
Yes.
Okay, so then you spoke to her, you two came to an agreement that she could live with you temporarily?
Yes.
For how long?
We initially talked about 3 months, enough time for her to get a job, to save up some money, to get on her feet, and to rent her own apartment.
Was Ms. Wong charging you rent or any kind of fee to stay at her apartment or her home?
She actually said that I could kind of work it off, so just do chores around the house and help her out a little bit.
Continue.
Yes, so she had been staying with us for a little while and had been respectful and did those chores around the house. And one day she asked me for a favor. Of course, I wanted to help out, and she told me that she needed her son to come live with us. And this was very surprising to me because she hadn't mentioned that she had a son before, and she said that her son needed to come because...
How old is your son, Ms. Diaz?
He's 13 years old.
13?
Yes.
And you did not tell Ms. Wong you had a son?
No, I didn't.
Where was your son when you moved in with her?
Detention, youth detention. And the reason for that is because he actually got caught with a friend stealing a vehicle.
Coming up.
And I went to go put my watch on, and I keep it in my drawer in a box, and the whole box was missing.
Closed captioning provided by
Years of experience in heart and aviation, the members of the Association of Flight Attendants know the realities of the aircraft cabin better than anyone. We don't just serve drinks, we save lives. We don't just negotiate contracts, we move major policy issues like the smoking ban, no knives on planes, clean water, and safe food on board. The air we breathe matters, and we stop the spraying of poisonous pesticides. Training, rest, and no calls on planes matter as we fight fires, de-escalate conflict, revive, and breathe life. We safely usher passengers to the big business deal, the family vacation, the times of celebration, times of grief, and times of battle. We are aviation's first responders, and we are the last line of defense in aviation security. We are the first impression and the smile of aviation, connecting the people of our nations. Fly with us, partner with us, make progress with us. The Association of Flight Attendants. Stronger together, better together.
You think you've already found your ideal hotel? Well, before you book, check on Trivago to see whether you can book it somewhere else for an even better price. Hotel Trivago.
Trying to do too many things at the same time just doesn't work very well. That's why Trivago focuses on comparing hotels and works very hard at finding your ideal hotel for the best price.
Hotel Trivago.
When you or a loved one gets a cut, scrape, or burn, use Bactine. Bactine doesn't sting, and it cleans and protects the area from infection. Relieves pain on contact. Bactine. First aid relief for over 60 years. Learn more at Bactine.com.
When just the thought of travel holds you back, choose Once Daily Bonine. Bonine Special Formula treats and prevents the symptoms of motion sickness, but with less drowsiness than original Dramamine. Bonine chewable tablets. Same relief as original Dramamine, less drowsy.
I got 2 goals! And you got too much sun. The sun takes its toll, drying and burning. We use Sunburnt Advanced After Sun Gel. Sunburnt combines aloe with nature's best hydrating and healing ingredients. And it's non-sticky. Sunburnt Advanced, much more than aloe.
Ouch! Burns happen. Be prepared with First Degree. Quick pain relief. Enriched with nourishing skin botanicals. First Degree, fast relief that works.
We've sent our Nikki Noya out to the Pocono Mountains. What do you have for us now, Nikki?
Okay, you guys, I'm just about to continue my adventure. I'm going to go check out the golf course and see what's going on over there. Check it out. Hi, Greg. I'm Nikki.
Hey, Nikki. Nice to meet you. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me on this absolutely beautiful day.
It's always like this here.
I love it. Okay, so I haven't picked up a golf club in a while. Will you teach me maybe some beginner moves?
Absolutely,
All
absolutely.
right.
Let me tee the ball up for you here. Okay.
All right.
Well, here you go. So let's take a couple practice swings.
All
and,
right.
Want to see you get ready to hit. Tell me when you're ready to go.
I'm going to line up like this, right?
That looks pretty good. The grip looks good. You've done this before. Get your feet a little closer together. There
Okay.
you go. Now let's see you take a couple swings.
Okay.
Okay, do it
I
again.
need to stay down.
Yeah, you do.
Stay down.
Let's see that swing again.
After a lot of help from Greg, my game finally started to improve, but the best part of it all was spending time outside and an amazing and beautiful course. It was the perfect way to spend an afternoon. So Greg, this is an absolutely beautiful course. Tell me a little bit about the history of this course.
Nikki, this golf course was built over 100 years ago. Donald Ross was our architect. Now, Donald Ross is probably one of the best known architects in golf from back in the early 20s and 30s. So it's a really unique golf course. It's kind of an old-time course, small greens. We wind through the woods, gorgeous, gorgeous vistas. Some very unique holes here, so people just have a blast playing our golf course.
This is just a wonderful, wonderful course. Thank you so much for showing me around.
It's my pleasure, and I'll tell you what, you're come a long way in one lesson, let me tell you.
Thank you so much.
You got it, you got it.
After a full day of outdoor activities, it was time to relax and unwind, and I knew just where to go. Ready for this ball? Oh, I'm here. Hi, Sarah. I'm Nikki.
How are you? Hi.
I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
I've been fishing, I've been horseback riding, I've been shooting, so now I just want to come here and relax, so I am very happy to be here. Tell me about some of the things that your guests can enjoy while they're here.
Yeah, well, over at the Laurel Spa here, we do massages, we do facials, manicures, pedicures, body treatments, hydro tub soaks. We do a little bit of everything.
So I can basically be here all day, and I can sit in the steam room and then go have a treatment have a snack, come back, do more treatments, and just spend all day being pampered.
Yes, because we have men's and women's locker rooms. We provide you with robe and slippers. There's showers, there's steam rooms, the quiet room. We have the water, the tea, comfy couches, so you can relax for the whole day.
I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
I'll see you later. I'm going to go start.
Nikki, it looks like you've been having a ton of fun out there. What's been your favorite part?
You guys, between the fly fishing, the golfing, the clay pigeon shooting, and the horseback riding, I don't know which is my favorite. You guys know I like outdoor activities, so I kind of think I like them all.
So what type of person would you recommend a weekend at Pocono Manor to?
You know what's great about the Pocono Manor is it's not only great for families, it would be great for a girls' weekend. They have a great spa here, or a guys' weekend to play golf. It's pretty much great for couples, families, and everyone in between.
All right, Nikki, I'm glad you had fun, but get back here.
I'll be there soon, you guys. I miss you, but I've had so much fun here. See you soon.
Planning a wedding is never easy, especially when it's a destination wedding. But we've got help. Romance travel expert Amy Jersinski from Kiss and Tell is here to share the behind-the-scenes tips that made one couple's New York wedding such a hit. Amy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Galen.
Well, I'm excited to learn more. First of all, what makes New York such a great, well, we know, but I want you to tell everybody, what makes it such a great place for a wedding?
Well, there's so many reasons. Obviously, if you're going to have a big wedding like our couple, Komal and Ravi, you're going to want to be in a place where you can accommodate all of your guests. New York is the place for that, from top quality hospitality and elegant hotels like the Pierre or the Plaza to more modern places like the Mandarin Oriental, all with gorgeous, gorgeous Central Park views. Your couple or your guests and couples all are going to have an amazing time with the hospitality.
And in the fall, it's just beautiful, right?
Yes, it is. The fall is actually my personal favorite time to travel to New York. So many people love traveling to New York. You think of the fall, the photo ops with the autumn leaves throughout
And
Central
the temperature.
Park. Yes, the temperature, it's a little bit crisp at night. You know, it's really lovely. You can go without your a jacket during the day, so it gives you a little bit of variety.
Well, you know, tell us some of the things that you would suggest for people like, you know, their names Komal and Ravi?
Yes.
Okay, so they were able to really add some touches that made it special.
They totally pulled it off, and they had a mega wedding. Their destination wedding was over 200 people, which was about triple the size of the normal. So one of the things I loved that they did was that they rented a Classic Harbor yacht and took their guests around actually on a Manhattan tour. That's a great way to kind of welcome your guests, bring everyone together, and avoid that hustle and bustle of the city.
So where can people learn more?
Actually, they can learn more at kissandtell.com.
Great. Well, cheers to the happy couple.
Cheers.
What destination is offering their best prices of the year? We've got the scoop. After a quick break, we'll be back in a moment.
TheHouse.com has everything your family needs to go back to school in style. Huge selection of kids apparel, clothing and outerwear for young women and men from $8.95. Save on backpacks, hoodies, and footwear. Up to 70% off outerwear for the entire family. Cruise to class on a new skateboard or bike. Most orders ship free with free gear. TheHouse.com, helping parents and preparing students from dusk to dorm since 1982.
This is important news from the Diabetic Supply Line. If you, a friend, or a family member has diabetes and you have lost your supplier, or if you need a supplier for your diabetic supplies, you may qualify to get your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. To be potentially eligible, you only need Medicare or private insurance. Call the Diabetic Supply Line now. Operators are standing by to take your call. Call now.
Welcome back. It's time for The Go, powered by Trivago.com. And this week, we're sending you to Playa del Carmen, Mexico, where they are serving up sun, cold drinks, and the best deals of the year. Go stay at the Grand Palladium Riviera Resort and Spa. The sprawling property offers visitors everything from white sandy beaches to water parks. They offer something for everyone. And they come top-rated by Trivago.com users. Go visit the Mayan ruins in Tulum, the 1,000-year-old structures situated along the sea, are breathtaking, and you won't want to miss these. And of course, go relax. Unplug and enjoy the day with some sunscreen and a cold beverage on the beach. It's a perfect place to forget about your email inbox. Looking for more travel inspiration? Go check out room5.trivago.com.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I'm Peter Nicholas, and you're watching The Director's Cut. Coming up on today's show, James Franco stars in The Vault, and we'll break down the highly anticipated indie film Tulip Fever. Plus, get ready for the ensemble comedy I Do Until I Don't. After that, we'll go to the Valley of Bones and wrap things up with a few renegades.
My name is Peter Nicholas, and as a filmmaker, I've done it all. From working on multi-million-dollar movies to financing films on a credit card. Now, after directing several films and taking home a few awards, I'm here to break down what's coming up at the box office for you on The Director's Cut.
Hey, thanks for checking out another Director's Cut. So, sorry y'all if I sound a little off, coming down with a bit of a cold, but the show must go on. So in Hollywood, some of the most successful people wear a lot of hats. It's not enough to just be an actor these days, but also a producer and sometimes even a director. One of the most successful quadruple threats in Hollywood is Lake Bell, who has starred in several hit TV shows and films as an actress, but has also written, directed, and produced some pretty incredible indie films, like this 2013 film, In a World, which was her directorial debut. In a male-dominated Hollywood, Bell has been able to create some strong female characters of her own. And now she's back with a new film. Here's I Do Until I Don't.
You are ovulating.
You have an app on your phone for my ovaries?
The green days are fertile.
Oh my God, please, are you going to take the helmet off?
Is it too sexy? Almost too sexy.
Just so you know, you do look mentally challenged.
Well, that's fine, because you know what? Being married to you
sexy.
is challenging in so many ways.
Hi.
Is that foreplay? Because I feel like I missed something crucial.
Fanny and Xander are in for tomorrow night, by the way.
Why would you bring up my sister when we're talking about your penis?
What?
Gifts.
Yes,
We come
yes.
bearing gifts. It's an at-home agave spirit maker.
It's illegal to import. It's illegal, but we have a guy.
Yeah. How great are they?
They're great.
So funny.
My new project will propose love is not sustainable. Will you accept that marriage is dead?
I think he wants to have sex with my sister.
Is she local?
Yes, and she rarely wears a bra.
What?
Yeah.
Meet me in the bathroom in 5.
I don't know if I need 5 minutes to get there, hon.
What is this?
Early anniversary.
Is it anthrax?
How often do you sleep with other people?
All the time.
It's a constant, you know,
Never
it's a part
stops.
of our life.
I need chaos.
She kissed him!
Oh.
A wild animal cannot help but bite.
We need to get revenge. I know.
We're all gonna do it.
Are we talking about sex?
No, no one's talking about sex. You're the only one who brought sex into it. It's not like that.
Yeah, that one doesn't exactly make me want to walk down the aisle, but it does make me want to head to the box office. I Do Until I Don't tells the ensemble story of a group of couples trying to navigate the sometimes turbulent waters of marriage. If anything, this movie will hopefully make you feel better about your relationship. Anyway, the movie is of course written and directed by Lake Bell, who is joined by a fantastic cast of Ed Helms, Amber Heard, and Wyatt Cenac. A good compilation of actors for what should be a pretty good indie film. If you want to see I Do Until I Don't, it'll be playing in select theaters across the country. Alright, so at this point of the show, I would usually tell you to follow me on Facebook, but this week I want you to go out and support the relief efforts after Hurricane Harvey. The show is based here in Texas, and I can't tell you how many family and friends that I have that have been affected by this storm. If you want to support them, go to ecla.org. Alright, let's check out our next film, which is sort of a criminal take on Jurassic Park. Here's Valley of Bones.
Want to know how the dig went? It was a total disaster.
You're the paleontologist, one that was thrown into prison for digging up bones on government land?
Word down the line is you think you found yourself something out in the Badlands. This here, T-Rex tooth. The incisor was still attached to the dinosaur when it died.
You're saying there's maybe more.
There may be a lot more. Hey, stranger. You gonna join civilization?
They're right here.
Hey, guys, come look at this.
Jackpot.
You in some kind of trouble?
You're supposed to be gone.
Here I am. You seen me?
I used to work for some bad people. Cartel kind of bad.
I can still pay. I have an $8 million dead lizard.
Jesus, what do you want from me?
I want those bones.
We got dirt under our nails, don't we, Doctor?
You want to shoot me? You better aim straight!
It's over, gringo.
Go to sleep, my little baby. Daddy's coming home now, baby girl.
Wait, that dinosaur is worth $8 million? Might go dig some stuff up in my backyard. Valley of Bones is a low-budget indie film that tells the story of a woman and her son hunting for dinosaur bones in North Dakota. They enlist the help of a man and find a massive T-Rex. Only problem is, it might be more trouble than it's worth. This is a great concept for this type of film. I love movies about people searching for treasure who then turn on each other when they find it. Though I will say, it probably won't win any awards, but it does look very entertaining. If you want to see Valley of Bones, it'll be playing in select theaters and video on demand. And while you're online, go to hands.org and support the relief efforts from Hurricane Harvey. The Director's Cut is sponsored in part by The Hunt, a movie directed by yours truly. Looking for an indie thriller to keep you on the edge of your seat? Well, look no further. You can find The Hunt right now on Amazon Video Direct and Amazon Prime. Coming up next, we're about to go on the hunt for treasure with some Navy SEALs. Get ready for renegades. Plus, a bank robbery goes horribly wrong. James Franco stars in The Vault.
College is great, but before you enroll, which do you think is a better way to earn your degree? Live on campus in a dorm where you can't sleep, with a roommate you can't stand, attend lectures that you can't hear, with cafeteria food that you can't eat, or learn online at Independence University. On the porch with your puppy, in the kitchen with your kitten, on your bed with your bunny, your campus is wherever you want it to be. Heck, you could earn your degree while wearing your PJs or while eating BLT with your baby. Because you don't go to college. College goes to you. Complete your courses around your schedule. That's independence. That's Independence University. No alarm clocks, no snoring roommate, no loud parties keeping you up all night, no note on your door telling you to sleep somewhere else. Instead, learn online at Independence University. Get your degree, but keep your life. And you'll also get a laptop and tablet to use in school, and you can keep them when you graduate. Learn online from professional instructors with real work experience. You get professional support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Independence U, for an independent you.
1-800-739-7460. Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you. Call 800-715-0406 right now to see if you qualify. These professional-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, stenosis, and other painful back problems. Our medical-grade durable knee braces are designed for those with osteoarthritis and general knee pain and weakness. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork, and best of all, your braces shipped directly to your home for free. Will you qualify for a Medicare-covered back brace or knee brace? There's only one way to find out. Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 800-715-0406. That's 800-715-0406.
On average, an American household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt. But right now, if you qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program, your debt balances and monthly payments will be reduced while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Enroll now and there won't be any upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. To qualify for the Debt Reset program, you must have at least $10,000 or more in credit card debt, unsecured loan debt, collection debt, and/or medical bills. You must also be past due or struggling to make minimum monthly payments or considering filing for bankruptcy. If this sounds like you, avoid the serious consequences of bankruptcy and take advantage of National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program today and become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. A debt relief counselor is available to assist you 24 hours a day.
Call 800-349-3089. That's 800-349-3089.
Hey, welcome back to the show for a very treasure hunt heavy episode. So that last film featured a treasure hunt involving dinosaur bones. And the next one features some Nazis. Here's Renegades.
Do you have any idea the shitstorm you've created? Your orders were to get in and deliver the package like we were never there.
We were compromised. We had to adapt.
You thought driving a tank over half of Sarajevo was the answer?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do I look like a moron to you?
Yes, sir. No, sir. No. Our work here has not been fully accomplished. Rumor has it, during World War II, Nazis stole gold from the French that was worth a fortune. Townspeople flooded the village to stop them. Now, it's all at the bottom of a lake. What do you say, boys? Hoorah! You realize what we're talking about here?
Recovering more than $300 million in gold bars and nobody's seen in 50 years.
We're talking about a major unauthorized operation.
Under 150 feet of water. Right in the middle of enemy territory. This is a chance to do something extraordinary for the people of this country.
Hell yeah.
I was born for this. From day one, I wanted it. We come too far to quit. It seems Serb headhunters are actively searching to kill you.
We don't fight nice here. That's okay. Neither do I.
You realize you broke every oath you took.
Always said I'd go out with a bang.
Incoming!
I probably should have worn different underwear, huh?
I got a tank in front of us.
I got one behind us, too.
We're going for a swim, boys.
Ain't no stopping it. Ain't no stopping it.
And there you go. Our tax dollars at work to get Nazi gold. Hoorah! Renegades tells the story of a team of Navy SEALs in Bosnia who go in search of an immense treasure hidden in a lake. Now this film is produced by Luc Besson, who has been quite hit or miss lately, especially his last film, Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets, which was just horrible. Renegades is directed by Stephen Quayle, who has done such prestigious films as Final Destination 5. Yeah, this one looks pretty bad. But hey, if you're into that sort of thing, you can find Renegades in select theaters and video on demand. And again, please support the relief effort after Hurricane Harvey by visiting ecla.org. The Director's Cut is sponsored in part by The Hunt, a movie directed by yours truly. Looking for an indie thriller to keep you on the edge of your seat? Well, look no further. You can find The Hunt right now on Amazon Video Direct and Amazon Prime. Still coming up on the show, she won the Academy Award for the indie film Danish Girl. And now Alicia Vikander has a new indie you'll want to see. Plus, a group of thieves rob the wrong bank. We'll crack the vault.
Snacking has never been this exciting. At Graze.com, we combine wholesome ingredients with the flavors we all love to create over 100 exciting snacks, like these. We'd love to send you a Graze sampler box for free. Just go to Graze.com, enter the code ENJOY27, and we'll mail your free box to your home or office. Join thousands of Grazers already in love with our exciting snacks. So come to Graze.com for your first box free.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Our smooth current adjusts to your abilities so you can swim or exercise with convenience and privacy. Our underwater treadmill takes the pressure off your joints so you can walk and run without stress. Call for a free idea kit today and discover how easy it is to enjoy your own endless pool, indoors or outside. With your free idea kit, you'll find hundreds of design ideas and passionate testimonials from customers who use their endless pool to improve their quality of life. Endless pools are fully customizable, simpler to install, and more eco-friendly than traditional pools. The warm water stays crystal clear with almost no chlorine. For year-round fun, fitness, and relaxation, join the thousands of satisfied Endless Pools customers nationwide. The time is now. Call Endless Pools and take the first stroke towards swimming at home.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Dang it, happened again. Well, this is just awkward now, isn't it? I guess we need more commercials, because I know how much all of you out there just love commercials. And if you don't have one, well, we can help with that. Just give me a call or shoot me an email and I can make you the commercial of your dreams. Just like this next one.
My routine is important to me. It's how I live, how I stay active. So when my back started to cause me problems, my friend suggested I call Medical Supply Helpline.
Medical Supply Helpline helps you regain your mobility with back and knee brace solutions. Whether you have Medicare, Medicaid, or have private health insurance, you may be eligible for a brace at little to no cost. Get the support you need shipped directly to your door for free. Call 800-914-9869. That's 800-914-9869.
TheHouse.com has everything your family needs to go back to school in style. Huge selection of kids apparel. Clothing and outerwear for young women and men from $8.95. Save on backpacks, hoodies, and footwear. Up to 70% off outerwear for the entire family. Cruise to class on a new skateboard or bike. Most orders ship free with free gear. TheHouse.com, helping parents and preparing students from dusk to dorm since 1982.
Hey, welcome back to the show for a Shakespearean-like indie spotlight. Some directors are really good at specific themes. Take James Cameron and sci-fi epics, or Steven Spielberg and those big blockbuster films. But if you want to make a historical drama, look no further than Justin Chadwick. And he's back with an incredible film. Here's Tulip Fever.
You would have been an orphan girl on a stormy sea. Marriage is a safe harbor. Love, honor, and obey.
Amen.
Amen.
I've come to paint a portrait.
They'll say, look there at that lucky old dog. Didn't he have a lovely young wife?
What are you looking at?
What am I looking at? You're not happy, are you?
That painter. I don't want him back.
I'll tell your husband what you've been up to.
What did you say?
First to flower, first to fall.
Come away with me.
Your proposition is absurd.
But I've thought of something we can do.
You two really think you'll carry this on?
We will be together.
Mr. Prater tells me you've been busy. He doesn't mean painting.
Hey, that one looks pretty good. Almost makes me want to read the book. Almost. Tulip Fever tells the story of a young woman married to an older man, who then falls in love with the artist commissioned to paint her portrait. The film is directed by Justin Chadwick, who has made a career by creating these types of movies, most notably The Other Berlin Girl back in 2008. Also with a cast of Christopher Waltz, Dane DeHaan, and Alicia Vikander, you just can't go wrong. If you want to see Tulip Fever, it'll be playing in select theaters and video on demand. And of course, help us out here in the Lone Star State recovering from Hurricane Harvey by visiting ecla.org. Two estranged sisters are forced to rob a bank to save their brother. But this just isn't any ordinary bank. We'll wrap up the show with The Vault, coming up after the break.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Exercise year-round against a smooth current set to your desired pace and temperature. With our new underwater treadmill, you can walk or run without stressing your joints. Endless pools are simple to install and even simpler to maintain. The water stays crystal clear with almost no chlorine. Call for your free idea kit and experience the freedom of swimming at home.
All right, let's wrap this show up with... Wait, seriously? It happened again? Come on, who's producing this show? Oh, wait. I'm producing this show. Well, as the producer of the Director's Cut, let me tell you just how valuable an advertisement on this show is. Right now, as many as 5,000 people are watching me blabber on. Wait, seriously? 5,000? Okay. Wouldn't it be cool if they were watching you blabber on about your company?
Snacking has never been this exciting. At Graze.com, we combine wholesome ingredients with the flavors we all love to create over 100 exciting snacks. Like these. we'd love to send you a Graze sampler box for free. Just go to Graze.com, enter the code ENJOY27, and we'll mail your free box to your home or office. Join thousands of Grazers already in love with our exciting snacks. So come to Graze.com for your first box free.
Hey, welcome back to the show. For a heist movie like you've never seen before, here's The Vault.
I hate sirens. Is there a problem?
Get out!
Back up!
Take the deposit vault. Let's go.
We're not leaving without the money! Where's the money?
It's down below. That's where the real money is. In the old vault. No, it's a private vault. Antiquated. It's off the grid.
There's people down here. There's people down here.
What is he looking at?
No lies, short answers. Who's down there?
Michael! Where are you?
There's something down there in the basement. We're not alone.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to keep kids from a life of crime. Monsters in banks. The Vault tells the story of two estranged sisters who are forced to rob a bank in order to save their brother. Problem is, this isn't any ordinary bank. The film is directed by Dan Bush, who has done some pretty entertaining indie films, but don't expect any award-winning performances in this one. Just expect a lot of action and violence. But hey, if you're into that sort of thing, The Vault will be playing in select theaters and video on demand. And open your bank up to those victims of Hurricane Harvey in Lower Texas by visiting ecla.org. Alright, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching The Director's Cut. And of course, please do everything you can to help support the relief efforts after Hurricane Harvey. We wonder if you got $5 or $10 or some food or whatever you have. The people down there in Houston and in the lower parts of Texas could really use all the help they can get.
I knew it the first time I saw you. I could just see the desperation. See, I like a desperate man. Most men are predictable. But with a desperate man, you never know what he's going to do. My offer to you is as follows. Take you into the wilderness for 7 days. From the first sunrise to the last sunset, I will hunt you. I will use any and all means necessary to kill you within those 7 days. You will be permitted to defend yourself, but you will not receive any assistance. On the 8th day, I will transfer $1 million into the bank account of your choosing, whether you're alive or dead. You don't make a deal with the devil, Dean, and not expect him to come collect what's due.
Hello everyone, I'm Heather Dawson, and as always, it's a pleasure bringing you the best of California every week on our show. Well, Beverly Hills is world-renowned for its plastic surgery and beautiful people. Reporter Conchetta DeLuco introduces us to one Beverly Hills surgeon who goes above and beyond the call of duty to make women feel beautiful inside and out.
We've all heard the phrase medical miracles. Well, I'm at Cedars-Sinai Medical Towers in Beverly Hills, where one doctor's innovative procedures in breast surgery is taking that meaning to a whole new level.
He just started surgery. Dr. Aronowitz had made the first incision.
He has been featured on the hit show The Doctors, and celebrities like Suzanne Summers sing his praises.
And no scars, it's just so fantastic.
Dr. Joel Aronowitz has been a respected and successful plastic surgeon for over 30 years, but his progressive work these days with reconstructive breast surgery that's earned him national recognition and makes him the go-to guy for breast cancer survivors started out with much humbler beginnings and a woman named Diane.
She sat in my office in tears and we talked about this because even though she wasn't a doctor, she realized that the surgery she had had was way too disfiguring, way unnecessarily disfiguring for the cancer that she had.
The way Dr. Aronowitz and his colleagues fix things is by being a pioneer on the forefront of technologies and practices that focus on improving the lives of patients after the cancer is removed in ways that traditional procedures fail to take into account.
It's not good enough that a woman lives a full lifetime if she's miserable.
Often the first thought on a woman's mind when she's diagnosed with breast cancer is, how do I get rid of it, without thinking of the cosmetic side effects. But thanks to Dr. Aronowitz and his innovative procedures, he's given women a lot more to think about these days.
We have a lot of different techniques that allow us, with planning ahead of time and cooperation with the breast cancer team, to produce a result that is both effective in treating the cancer and allows the woman to have a natural breast that's not painful, that she can be happy with.
Such techniques include day of procedures that can be performed in outpatient centers as opposed to hospitals, like nipple-sparing mastectomies, where the breast tissue is removed but the skin remains intact, making it a perfect candidate for successful reconstruction. Or intraoperative radiation therapy, of which Aronowitz and his team of colleagues were the first in Los Angeles to use the new technology.
We have the IORT machine in place, and we were very excited to be doing the first case in Los Angeles recently, a woman who had a small breast cancer that we were able to offer this treatment to. And hopefully this will be the standard of care in the future and largely replace the old-fashioned external beam radiation that women suffer through nowadays.
Traditional radiation therapy involves what Aronowitz calls unnecessarily treating the entire breast, which harmfully affects the organs behind it and results in a hardened, shrunken breast over time, a problem that Suzanne Summers sought resolution for from the doctor.
With IORT, we can provide radiation not only in a very brief, convenient time span, but the radiation is only going to that specific area and it doesn't affect the whole breast.
To treat Suzanne, Dr. Aronowitz turned to the work of his university's Stem Cell Center, which specializes in the practices and studies of using a person's fat cells to replace and generate tissue.
She was very happy. We regenerated fatty tissue in her breast and improved the radiation damage by injecting a mixture of her own fat cells with her fat-derived stem cells.
While Dr. Aronowitz can fix most deformities created by sloppy surgeries and radiation, he says the real solution comes from prevention. He founded the Breast Preservation Foundation 3 years ago to educate and make women aware of their options before they are diagnosed.
Well, I went into medicine because I thought it was a good idea to try to help people, and that's my basic motivation.
Bringing you the best of California from Beverly Hills, I'm Conchetta DeLuca with California Life.
Coming up on California Live, we all know the golden rule of real estate: location, location, location. But our next guest tells us the secret to making smart decisions in today's economy, and the truth behind the success of ABC's Extreme Makeover. It's all coming up right here on California Live, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Taste, celebrate, discover with the Paso Robles Cab Collective as they present the 3rd annual Cabs of Distinction Grand Tasting on May 2nd. A celebration of Cabernet Sauvignon and Red Bordeaux varietals perfected in Paso Robles. Cabs of Distinction will be held at the beautiful River Oaks Hot Springs and includes tastings of over 75 Cabernet and Red Bordeaux varietals from more than 25 wineries. Get your tickets now at PasoRoblesCab.com.
Founded by Jacques Lubin and his partners in 1990, Inkplan USA has helped thousands of entrepreneurs to form legal entities throughout the world. Our clients have also made productive use of the various services that we offer: initial company registrations, bank consulting, virtual office services, and more. Inkplan's clientele continues to grow primarily from customer referrals. We are affiliated with Corporate Holding Services, a highly respected Delaware firm that advises large U.S. and international corporations.
Attention! If you currently wear eyeglasses or contact lenses, stay tuned for an important message. Are you tired or frustrated with bothersome eyeglasses and contact lenses? If you answered yes, then LASIK might be just what you're looking for. And at the LASIK Vision Institute, our LASIK procedures now start at just $2.99 per eye. The LASIK Vision Institute's nationwide network of eye surgery centers offer the most comprehensive, reliable, and affordable vision improvement services available. With over 900,000 procedures performed since 1999, our independent surgeons are changing the way people just like you see the world. Call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule a free evaluation. A $200 value, free. And for a limited time, LASIK procedures start at just $2.99 per eye. Plus, be sure to ask about our 0% interest finance programs.
Call 1-800-235-8106. 1-800-235-8106.
Hi, this is Steven Tyler, and I love California Life.
Hey, I'm Christina Perry, and I love California Life.
We love California Life.
Hi, I'm Joe Buck, and I love California Life.
Hi, I'm Nick Barrios, fashion designer. You may know me from Project Runway, and you're watching California Life.
Free Communication Weekend, that's how I started on eHarmony. You get to communicate with your matches for free. Being able to see who I was going to get matched with and communicate with them was a really good introduction.
This weekend, you can message your matches for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. So, message your matches for free.
If I had to use one word to describe the moment I knew he was the one, it would be magical.
Message your matches for free now through Monday only. No credit card required.
It's AARP. Let me just...
Wait, are you joining AARP?
Actually, I just did.
Really? I didn't think we were ready for AARP. Is it worth it?
Well, just today, I saved on concert tickets, read a great article on investing, found a sweet travel deal, used the caregiver finder for my dad, and done. Discounted movie tickets.
If you don't think instant benefits when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Join today for just $12 and get discounts. So many ways to save. Instant resources and just the right offers find you at just the right time. Plus, as a member, your voice will be heard. Join today for just $12. It's not too soon.
Call 1-800-440-1303.
and join AARP for just $12 for your first year. You'll also get this travel bag free.
Call 1-800-440-1303
or visit tryaarp.org.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Call Health Markets today at 1-800-951-8406. That's 1-800-951-8406.
Attention those implanted with a hernia surgical mesh. If you have had hernia repair surgery with mesh reinforcement, listen closely. Some have experienced infection, chronic pain, mesh failure, and other complications after being implanted with a hernia mesh device. Because of this, some of these mesh devices have been recalled by the FDA, but devices are still being used and may cause serious complications. If you or a loved one have had hernia repair surgery with mesh reinforcement and suffered infection, chronic pain, mesh migration, mesh failure, organ damage, or needed additional surgery, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be eligible to receive a cash award and compensation for your medical expenses. If you or a loved one have experienced any of these issues after the implantation of a physio mesh or a selection of other common hernia meshes, your voice deserves to be heard. Call the Rely On Group to be connected with a personal injury attorney for a free consultation. Call 800-718-3497.
Well, in today's tough market, you need agents you can trust and depend on. Gushu Real Estate has been assisting home buyers and real estate investors in California for nearly 30 years. And today, Daniel Gushu joins us in studio for tips on buying and selling. Such a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you for having me.
And this obviously is a very hot topic. I don't care where you are, people love to talk real estate.
Absolutely. It's the American dream to own a home.
And you were born and bred into this. I mean, 30 years, it's family-owned business. What sets you apart?
I think the main thing is service, above and beyond expectation. Real estate is a valuable asset and commonly the most valuable asset for many families, especially the home. And when it comes to dealing with that, you need someone that you can trust, a company that's been tested, tried and true. We provide a very personal service. We're founded on family values, and we treat our clients, as cliche as it may sound, like their family.
I believe that. And you're also a broker, and I think that is such a huge asset, because a lot of it is, it's your mortgage, what you're going after, and you're hearing these crazy interest rates right now. I mean, what do you say to people that go, oh my gosh, I need to get in, I need to get in? I mean, what's your advice for that?
Patience. Right now, the prices are going up a bit because the supply is not meeting demand. I listed a home recently, and I had 19 offers on the home within 5 days.
Congratulations.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
But I accepted one offer. There's 18 other people that don't have a home still. And that seems to be the case with most of our listings and a lot of the other agents that I speak with. That is really causing prices to go up. And the reason I say patience is I saw this in 2009 and 2010. We had the federal, the $8,000, the grant, right, the tax credit they offered.
The incentive, right?
Interest rates were relatively low at 5%. And at that time, supply was not meeting the demand as well. And we saw the prices go up. But then I saw them fall back down in early 2011. And I feel like we're going to see that again. Well, I like to remain optimistic. With unemployment being 8%, consumer spending's down, and the stock market's still volatile. Been some good gains this year, but it's still rocky. That's why I tell buyers, be patient. In a few months, you're gonna see more homes on the market, and interest rates are still gonna be low. I just did a quick study on foreclosures. I saw 131,000 homes scheduled to go to foreclosure or in pre-foreclosure over the next 90 days.
I have to tell you, somebody from the other side, I'm scared of foreclosures. What advice do you have for that?
The foreclosure doesn't have to be a nightmare. If you're buying from the bank, if you have a good agent and they're doing you justice, You should be getting a home warranty covering your appliances. The bank should be paying for your title insurance. The property should be clean. Granted, you're going to do your inspections. You're going to know what type of work needs to go into the home. But as long as you are paying market value for that home, counting for how distressed the property is, you shouldn't be worried about it.
And also, what I love about, the fact that you're family owned is you probably can walk your clients through every facet of real estate.
Absolutely. One of my favorite aspects of the business is helping the first-time home buyer. It's very rewarding.
When should they get pre-approved? I mean, for somebody that maybe they don't know they could be a first-time home buyer.
As soon as possible. When you know that you're tired of renting and you're ready to buy a home, I think it's important to speak to a lender right away. Get an agent first. If you're just going to be browsing and you think you're a year out, probably no reason to get pre-qualified. But if you're going to go to open houses and you're going to look at homes with an agent, get pre-qualified today.
What do you tell people that say, gosh, I could dabble in maybe doing an investment right now?
Absolutely. Really, there's no better investment than real estate. It'd be tough to substantiate an argument that real estate never fails. But real estate historically provides excellent gains. You can always rent it out. You can always live there if you need to.
There only is so much land.
Right.
It goes back to the old school location, and there's only so much land on this earth. And I do think it's always a good investment, long term. And I love the fact that it's been family owned for 30 years. I know anybody that has any questions, they can obviously go to your website and also to the blog that we'll have with this show and with this segment. And I just appreciate you coming on and giving us some more advice.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you
I
so
love
much,
talking to real estate.
Daniel. Take care. And coming up next, your amazing story was featured on ABC's Extreme Makeover. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us right here on California Life.
TheHouse.com has everything your family needs to go back to school in style. Huge selection of kids apparel, clothing and outerwear for young women and men from $8.95. Save on backpacks, hoodies, and footwear. Up to 70% off outerwear for the entire family. Cruise to class on a new skateboard or bike. Most orders ship free with free gear. TheHouse.com, helping parents and preparing students from dusk to dorm since 1982.
College is great, but before you enroll, which do you think is a better way to earn your degree? Live on campus in a dorm where you can't sleep, with a roommate you can't stand, attend lectures that you can't hear, with cafeteria food that you can't eat, or learn online at Independence University. On the porch with your puppy, in the kitchen with your kitten, on your bed with your bunny, your campus is wherever you want it to be. Heck, you could earn your degree while wearing your PJs or while eating BLT with your baby, because you don't go to college. College goes to you. Complete your courses around your schedule. That's independence. That's Independence University. No alarm clocks, no snoring roommate, no loud parties keeping you up all night, no note on your door telling you to sleep somewhere else. Instead, learn online at Independence University. Get your degree, but keep your life. And you'll also get a laptop and tablet to use in school, and you can keep them when you graduate. Learn online from professional instructors with real work experience. You get professional support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Independence U, for an independent you.
1-800-739-7460.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-980-4338 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-980-4338. Call now.
A young woman from Rancho Cucamonga had a chance of a lifetime when she appeared on a reality TV show focused on helping obese people get down to a healthy weight. But as David Wiley reports, once the show ended, the battle to stay healthy...
There! Look!
It's about 20 feet.
Oh my God! I can't believe you talked me into this. Well...
This June.
We have to get back up to the top. There's sharks everywhere!
27 meters down. Rated PG-13. Only in theaters June 16th.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Christina Perez.
Attention homeowners. Quicken Loans has some very important information regarding the U.S. government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. We've told you about HARP in the past, and we're happy to report that nearly 3.5 million homeowners have already taken advantage of this fantastic money-saving program. But there are so many more of you who could be saving hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. Quicken Loans is here to help you save your money. Why Quicken Loans? The home loan experts at Quicken Loans fully understand the HARP guidelines. We'll work with you to understand your specific circumstances and strive to find the financial solution that's best for you. Then we'll guide you through each step of the mortgage refinance process to make sure that it's both simple and easy. And for 7 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. And for the 3rd year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in the nation for mortgage servicing. If you're not familiar with HARP, it's a U.S. government program designed specifically for homeowners who have little or no equity. A great feature of the HARP program is that most HARP refinance loans do not require an appraisal, and there are fewer income verification requirements. That makes it simpler, easier, and even faster. And even if you've been denied for a HARP loan in the past, new guidelines mean that you now may be eligible. Give us a call and we'll give you a Quicken Loans mortgage review. And we'll do all we can to help you save money on your mortgage. It's simple and easy. Find out if you're eligible to take advantage of today's incredibly low interest rates and start saving money every month on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans today or go to QuickenLoans.com for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.